Hello. We're just going to wait just a few minutes and let all of our friends join. But I hope you guys are having a good evening. Hi. Like I said, we'll wait just a minute or so and let everybody join us, and then we'll get started with our friendship bracelets and lanyards. That's what we're doing today. So if you're going to be going with us today, you'll just need some lace and some friendship string. So something that kind of looks like this for our friendship strings or friendship bracelets. And then something that looks like this, it's called lace, for the lanyards. So, hi! Well, if you need to grab it, like I said, you just need something that it's kind of like embroidery floss, and then something that's kind of like a plastic lace for the lanyards, and then you'll need some scissors if you need. If you're going to be doing it, or you can just watch the video, and then once you're able to get some of these, you can come back and watch. But we'll wait just a few minutes or a few moments more just to let everybody hop on, and then we'll get started. The first thing we're going to do is we'll do the lanyard, how to start a lanyard, and then we'll move into the friendship bracelet because I'll need to move the camera down a little bit for the friendship bracelets. But hopefully you guys are all having a wonderful day, a wonderful Tuesday. Drop a comment, say hi, let us know how you're doing. One day I should sing the Tuesday song for everybody. But yep, so if you guys want to go ahead and grab your lace for the lanyards, we're going to go ahead and get started. So I'm just using some of the least amount of lace that I have at camp. So I'm going to be using this green color and this blue color. So all we're doing today is we're just going to do a basic kind of box braid or box square that looks like. So the first thing you're going to want to do is, if you have this, I usually do about an arm's length if you're a little smaller than me. So if you're a child, you may want to have an adult. But you're going to go ahead and get about an arm's length. And then you're going to get some scissors and just kind of get. And then for the second color, we're going to do the same thing and get, we want them both to be about the same length. So I'm just going to go ahead and hold the blue with the green and just kind of do a little pull down and cut it off so they're about the same length. Now what we're going to do is you're just going to want to kind of get them a little bit as straight, not as curly as possible. These, like I said, these are a little bit older. So they're a little bit curly. Oh yeah, so you can do a full, if you need to do a full wingspan. I usually just do about an arm, but honestly, it's your lace, so if you want to do a really, really big one, you can. But at camp, we typically just give everybody about an arm. So to start our lanyard is you're going to take one color, doesn't matter whichever one suits your fancy. I'm going to start with the green. And you're going to want to get it in half, so kind of have it in half, just like this. If you can, kind of even it out. And then what you're going to do is, I'm going to use my pointer finger. You're just going to take the middle of your lanyard lace and wrap it around. So it should look something like this, just on your finger. Don't do it too tight, because the next step, we are going to want to have to slide it off. But I'll do that one more time. So take whichever color you decide that you just want to use first. We're going to use both of them. Is you want to essentially fold it in half. And then right where you have your middle bit is you're just going to take your pointer finger. You're going to slide it in and then just kind of wrap it around. So it should look something like this. The next step is we're going to take our secondary color. So that's going to be my really springy blue one. It's very, very curly today. But you're just going to take it and slide it through. And we want to do the same thing that we did with our green one. And we want to try and get it as possible. I had to re-practice this skill today. I was a little out of sorts. I hadn't done a lanyard since last summer camp. But once you get it, you're going to have, you're going to just want it as even, and we're going to slide it through both of our one that is on our green finger, or that's on our finger, so the green. So you see, I just took the blue one under both of my green ones that's on my pointer finger. What we're going to do next is we're going to take the string that's on the right side, and it's okay if it's a little curly. We'll try and straighten it out as we can. And you're going to just take the one that's on the right side, so the one that's on your right, and we're going to go under and under and then over. And you're going to pull through. Oop. Mine got a little too crazy. It's just so curly. So again, we put both, the blue one goes under both green, and then we take the string that was on our right side, and we go over and then under. So I'll do that one more time. So we've taken our one, we've wrapped it around, we take our secondary color, and we put it under both strings that's on our pointer finger. And we're going to get it as even as possible. And then we take the string that's on the right side and we go over, under. So over, under. Ooh, look how curly this one is. It's okay if you get little twists and bumps in there. Just gives it some personality. So once you have the right one through, you're going to take your left one. So you see how this kind of look, I'll try and do this. You have your right, you're going to take your left one, you're going to do the same thing that you did with your right, is you're going to go over and then under. So we go over, under, and we pull it and try to get out any curls that we can. Mine's super curly today, but that's okay. Just gives it some personality. So this is what it should look like for right now. And then what we're going to do is we're going to very carefully slide it off, all of it off our finger. And then we're going to pull our lanyard string in opposite directions. So you're going to take two of them and pull and do it again and pull. And you want to try and pull it as tight as you can, and the base should look something like this. And that's how you start it. So that's how you start it. And if you go back and look again, I know it can be it's a little confusing, but that's how you start it. And then all you do from here that's the hardest part. Getting it started is the hardest part. If you do struggle with that, you can just tie a knot and go from there. But if you're wanting to do a little more advanced skills, you can do it that way. And then once you're here, all you're going to do is you're going to continue that weaving pattern. So once I have my lanyard kind of started this way, all I'm going to do is I'm going to take one and loop it over one way and then loop this way. So it kind of looks like I got some bunny. And then I'm going to take my right green string and go over, under, and pull it through. And then take my left string and do the same thing. I'm going to go over, under, and pull it through. And you're going to keep doing that and pulling it tight. So once you have it all the way through, you're going to pull it tight. And you're going to keep doing that till you eventually start to see, I did this one a little earlier, till you start to see a pattern. So I'm going to use this one. So again, you're just going to take one and fold it The other one, fold it. So we're making some bunny ears. And let me tell you this, you're going to use your fingers. So make sure you maybe help you hold it. And then once we have this step, we're going to take our green one, or my green one, and I'm going to go over, under, and pull it through. And then I'm going to take my left string and do the same thing. I'm going to go over, under. And then once they're that way, you're going to take them and you just kind of pull them in opposite directions. And now this does take a little skill, and sometimes just takes a while to learn how to pull it, because you want to try and pull it as tight as you can so you can keep going. And you can kind of see when the one I started here, there's a few little twists down at the bottom because I didn't completely straighten it out. But that's how you can do a lanyard. So the next one we're going to do is we're going to move into our friendship bracelets. I'm just going to use 2 colors, but honestly, you can use as many colors as you want. We're going to do the same method that we did with the lanyard string, where we're going to do about an arm's length. I know this is a light purple. It's kind of hard to see. We're going to do about an arm's length. Take some scissors, cut off the end. And then if you're doing however many other colors you have, you're going to do the same thing where you're going to pull and just get them all lined up together. And we want all of our strings to be about the same length. And like I said, you can use as many colors as you want. I'm just going to use these 2 because that's what I had in the office. And once you have your however many strings, like I said, I'm just going to have my 2. You're going to do the same exact thing that we did with the lanyards, is you're going to fold them in half. And then you're going to come down to the end. And this is how I do it because I want to make it a bracelet. So you should have a little bit of a loop, and we're just going to do a basic overhand knot. So we're just going to loop to loop through and then pull so that we have a little nice little loop here. So when our bracelet's done, we can clasp it. We can tie the end and make our bracelet. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of move you guys down just a little bit so you can see. This one's a little bit harder to see because of the how small everything is. So what I do when I'm doing these friendship bracelets, for me, it's a lot easier to do all of the knots that we're getting ready to do if my friendship bracelet is securely attached to something. So I'm going to just use some tape and tape it here to the desk. So I've taped my loop down onto the desk so that it's pretty snug. You can tape it really to anything, or if you have like a safety pin, if you ask an adult, they can help maybe safety pin it to something. But what we're going to do is I want to do alternating colors, which means on my pattern of my friendship bracelet, I want each color to be a little bit different. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of play with the strings and straighten them out. And you can kind of see here I have it goes dark purple, light purple, dark purple, light purple. And so what we're going to do is, so we should have 4 separate strings. And we're just going to do a little bit of a hitch. So the knot that you need for this is you're going to take your first string, should be on your left. Your first string, you're going to make a number 4 on the second string. So I'm going to take my dark purple, put it over the light purple. And then I'm going to go through my 4. And then I'm just going to go all the way to the end. Now, since the first string has done the knot on the second one, so I'm going to take this and just lay it over to the side. Then next should be the same color if you're only using 2 colors. So I'm going to do the exact same thing. So again, we're going to make a 4. And then we're just going to bring it our original string through the 4 and pull to the top. And then we're going to do the next one, same thing. So do a 4 and then over the top through the 4 and then all the way. Now that first one, that's my first row. So I'm going to take this string and it's just going to move from the front to the back. So now what was originally was our second string is now our first string. So we're going to do the exact same thing. So we're going to make a 4 and then bring that in up through our 4 all the way to the top. Move it to the side. Same thing again, make a 4, bring our string up through the top, and then move to our last one, and slide it up. And you're just going to keep doing that. So what was originally my third string is now the first string. And we're just going to keep doing that same knot over and over, that hitch where we make a 4 and slide it up. Make a 4, go through the 4, slide it up. And it's really important, and I said important, like I'm saying, trying to say purple. It's really important. I know for me, when this, I really have to make sure I have my strings in the correct order, because sometimes it can get really confusing just going and alternating over and over. So like I said, this is all you're going to do. You're going to keep going, making a 4. And then you're going to take that string up through the 4 and then just take it all the way up and down. And you're just going to keep going. And eventually you'll start to see a pattern on your bracelet start to form. And like I said, the more colors you have, the more different lines you're going to have on your bracelet. I did this one a little bit earlier. I was just playing around, making sure I could remember. I know it might be kind of hard to see on the camera, but this one, it just looks really fun. The more, like I said, the more colors you have, the more you're going to see our different rows. And I'll show you one that my good friend Gail Rose sent me this past summer that she made. But if you can kind of see on this one, it has the different colors on there, and so you can kind of see the more colors you have, or if you do like double strands, it just does a different pattern. But this is the pretty kind of general friendship bracelet pattern that you can do. So if you guys wind up doing that this weekend or this week, post a picture below. I'd love to see it. And don't forget, we're here every day on Facebook Live at 11, 4, and 7. And we're also doing some really awesome online journey. So on our events page for those, that's where you'll see them first there. So just make sure you like and follow us on Facebook. That's the easiest and fastest way to keep up to date with the different programs we have going on in our different Facebook Lives. But I really appreciate you guys joining me tonight. Again, my name's Emily. I'm the Outdoor Experience Manager out at Camp Ginger Cascades, and I'm with Girl Scouts Carolina's Peaks of Piedmont Council. We serve 40 counties in North Carolina, all the way from Western North Carolina to the central part of the state. But definitely, if you do a lanyard or if you finish a friendship bracelet, post it down below. I'd love to see it. Or if you're not new to lanyards and you can do some cool different ones, post those below. But I'd love to see them, and let us know if you guys have any questions. And thanks so much for taking time out of your Tuesday evening to spend with me. I love some good camp crafts, some good bracelets, some good lanyards. But I hope to see you guys soon, and let us know if you have any questions. Have a wonderful night. Bye, guys.